And Rose is right. She will be back in just a moment. Right now, though, we have a chance to hear something really special. But please give another round of applause to that amazing panel of heroines and heroes in the food movement. Thank you. Wonderful. And a big round of applause for Rose, who is doing double duty today with panels. We now have a chance to hear from two student researchers who are representing the next generation of food system leaders right here in Atlanta. Our first speaker joining us for these lightning talks, as we're calling them, is Sabrina Lee, a junior here at Emory University. Give her a huge round of applause as she comes to the stage. Sabrina, I have a good question for you. So you serve as president of Slow Food Emory. Can you talk about that and what drew you to that work?
Awesome. All right. First of all, hello everyone. Thank you so much for having me here. I'm so wowed by everyone who is speaking before me. I am so inspired. So a little introduction to myself. My name's Sabrina. I'm a junior here. I study biology and math, and I'm applying to medical school right now. So a very exciting time. So I'm the president of Slow Food Emory, and we're basically a food club on campus. We have three main pillars. We address food insecurity, food waste, and try to spread educational awareness and emphasize nutrition. So the main initiative that we have is every Sunday we go to Grant Park Farmers Market and we rescue the surplus produce and we cook it up into free meals for cancer patients. We've been doing this for almost 3 years. It's very consistent. So this is how I kind of got into Slow Food Emory, is starting this initiative, which we're built off of, is just visiting farmers markets and realizing that there's just a lot of extra produce that doesn't make it to the next market day. So I went to the Sundays markets because the next market day for them is on Wednesday. So there I watched them compost a lot of produce that looks pretty good to me. I would still cook it, but for them it's not sellable for the next market day on Wednesday. So I just asked, what do you guys do with it? Can we do something about it? And so that's how we started. We rescued the produce, and at first, we were just donating raw produce to a place called the Free 99 Fridge. I don't know if you guys have heard of that, but it's an incredible fridge program. It's located in front of the North Decatur Presbyterian Church. Anyone can drop off produce, anyone can take produce, no questions asked. But when we were dropping off produce there, we realized, as I was talking to people taking produce, that a lot of people don't have access to kitchens. So even if you give them produce, there could be a knowledge barrier of how do you even cook this up. And of course, some people just don't have the means, they don't have the time, they're working multiple jobs, they have kids, they just want a warm meal. So that's how we started our Sunday initiative, is we decided we need to take that next step. We need to take these vegetables and cook it up. So now we do this every Sunday. We go to a place called the Hope Lodge. They are a free housing place for anyone getting cancer treatment at the Emory hospitals. And there's about 60 residents. I actually just came from there today. I dropped off the produce and said, I gotta go, I have something important to do. So every week, we don't know what we're gonna get. It's kind of like a cooking show. We have 15 to 20 students cooking with us, and I always emphasize this, you don't need to be a master chef to cook with us. There's a range of student skills, and it's also a fun way to get college students to learn how to cook. Some students come in, they've never touched the stove, they don't know how to saute anything. We start them out with chopping. We say, you start chopping, we have a dish idea, just chop, or if they can't chop, wash anything. And then they slowly build up. The students who have been consistent with us, some students have been there for months. Now they can saute a dish or two by themselves, and it's really cool to see them grow, especially when we have very cool vegetables that are kind of niche. So this program, it's kind of like a win-win-win. You're getting students involved. This is such a popular event. Every time I post signups for the month, and there's 20 slots per week, it fills within a minute. One time I timed it, literally 24 seconds, the spots were all filled, just because students love this so much, because it's very heartening. You get to serve the dishes to the residents there. They sometimes give us some feedback, which is also can be good or bad. But we also try each other's dishes. It's a fun time. Anyone is welcome, and we're also reducing food waste, as mentioned, and we're helping the residents there they're all low-income residents. They have to meet a certain income threshold to be able to live there, and so we're helping them out as well. And also, all of these, they're fresh produce. It's very healthy. We label all the dishes that we make. We put the recipe in so people can try it themselves if they're interested. So that's our main initiative. I hope I'm not running out of time, but our other initiative, because we have a lot going on in terms of addressing food waste, is the dining hall is a big source of waste at Emory. It's hard to manage getting the exact amount of food where students' parents won't be calling and saying there's not enough food, but also there's not a lot of surplus. So our job as students is we go 4 times a week, we take the surplus food from the dining hall, it's hot food, and we pack it up into containers and we dish it out to students and staff at the library. So we do this 4 times a week. We're very consistent, and this has been going on for the past semester. It's very successful. We have some regular students and graduate students who don't have access to the dining hall. Then they just wait for us there and get the food that we pack up. So that's been very successful. And then our last initiative is teaching students who don't have the time to commit to our Sundays, is we go to our Emory farmers markets. We feature a seasonal produce such as like squash or eggplant that's kind of like most people might not know how to work with it, and we do an easy demo at the market, and we try to encourage students to try the dishes that we make, and then we print out recipes for them to take home. So the point with this is, firstly, to have some free food for students and talk about our club, but also it's just a fun way to get college students who a lot of don't really know how to cook that much, just a fun way for them to interact and try some free food. So our last thing that we do is we have some food events. We do like sushi, plant-based sushi making. We did a pizza rolling event. We've done chocolate truffle making. And that's just ways for students to have fun. Sometimes students just like to hang out, and then we talk a little bit about where this food came from, and we have a lot of partners for that. I hope I covered everything. If anyone has questions or wants to talk, we have a lot of community partners. Oh, I wanted to mention Rataza also has been helping us a lot. I saw that the CEO of Rataza was here today, so I wanted to give them a shout out. They've been supporting our Sunday cooking because when we go to the farmers market, Rataza has been paying some of the vendors for the produce that they give us. So that's so I said it was a win-win-win, but this is a win-win-win-win because the vendors are also getting paid for the produce they would otherwise be throwing away. So yeah, this is just a small thing that we do. Again, thank you guys so much for letting me share this story, and I look forward to meeting some of you. Thank you.
Thank you, Sabrina. You were wonderful. Thank you so much. Bigger round of applause for Sabrina. She's really encompassing food as medicine in all the different ways.